So today I'm going to be talking a bit about like fitness and stuff because the spring and the summer is upon us. It is getting warmer and lovelier and soon we will have to wear like shorts and stuff. So I have been exercising, or at least attempting to exercise a lot more. I used to be a big like fitness nut and I did a lot of like Pilates and I went running frequently. However, after Christmas it all went a bit downhill. So I'm back into it now and I'm just going to share a couple of things with you, sort of key items that I found that I use a lot for working out, or just like little tips and tricks if you want to get into exercise. So first thing I'm going to start with is equipment for running. I find that I get a lot of questions because people know that I run quite frequently about just running in general, like what do I take with me, what do I do to like get into running. So the first thing that you obviously need is a good pair of running shoes. These are my Nike Dual Fusions. They're very dirty because I've used them outside. So when it comes to running shoes, I would definitely recommend you go into like the shop. I can't believe how dirty these shoes are. But basically someone can sit you down and tell you how much support you need, or if you need something that will support your arch if you have a high arch, or I don't know, it just really depends. But I did it sort of on my own and I have figured out what kind of shoes I like through trial and error. I have some Nike Flex trainers but I'm not overly keen on them. I find that because I've got quite a dodgy knee from running, my left knee is pretty much screwed up basically, and I find that if I use my Flex trainers that my knee acts up really badly. So I prefer a running shoe with a bit more stability. So the Dual Fusions are really good for that if you need something with a bit more stability. It's also good for like arches and stuff. It's got quite a high arch so it supports my arch, and yeah, it's just important to have running shoes. And also if you want, get them in a funky colour, because I find that motivates me if I have shoes in really funky colours because I like to wear them. So next thing I take with me when I go running outside is an armband, because I take my iPhone with me because I use it as my like iPod so I can listen to music, but I also use running apps. This is actually my old one. This is for my iPhone 4 and I have another one for my iPhone 5 and I can't find it. But yeah, these are really good. You can get them really cheap off Amazon. I think this one was about £3. And it just makes sure that your phone is on your arm and it's not going to go anywhere and you don't have it bouncing around in your pockets because that can be really distracting. And I think this is definitely a bit of kit that if you do take your phone out with you when you're running and you use it as an iPod, it's just an essential, I think, essential thing to have. And it's really cheap, so you can't say, oh, it's too expensive, can't afford it. £3 from Amazon. So I love these. You can also use them in the gym if you want, so that, because sometimes I find that I just sort of leave my phone on the treadmill if I go to the gym, so it's good to have it attached to my arm and then I know where it is at all times. So yeah, I use this a lot. When it comes to running and water, I don't actually take water out with me because I find that running with a bottle of water is a bit like running with a weight and it makes it a lot harder. If you want to make your runs a lot harder, then by all means take a bottle of water out with you, but I prefer to drink sort of, I have one here, ta-da, like a litre of water. Is this a litre? No, a pint of water. I usually drink a pint of water before I go out and then make sure that I drink another pint when I get home so that I'm still hydrated and I don't ever feel faint or like I really need water when I'm out running. So I find that works for me. Maybe it won't work for you, maybe you need to have a bottle of water if you dehydrate quite quickly, but I prefer doing it that way so that I don't have to take that extra thing out with me to carry, because I don't like carrying things. If you are not a gym bunny and you do not like exercising in the gym, there is also the option of exercising at home. It's very easy if you have enough space to sort of jump up and down or like jump from side to side. So I like to do exercise DVDs, are always good. There is one in particular that I use more than any other exercise DVD because I never ever get bored of doing it. And it is the Pump It Up by Ministry of Sound. And this came out a good few years ago. It's when the Eric Prydz Call On Me video came out, and the people that were in the video decided they were going to do an exercise DVD. And it's basically like a dance DVD, but not necessarily like dance, like street dance, more like aerobic style dance. And they have a warm-up section and then a dance it out section, which is the one that I usually do, and then they have a high intensity one if you want to really get going. You don't have to do the dance it out and the high intensity one together. You could do one or the other if you wanted to do that. And then they have like a tone it up section, so you do like press ups and sit ups, and then they have the cool down as well. The one thing I find about this is that I do enjoy doing it every single time, and the cool it down section is a little bit boring, but I never ever hurt after I've done this. Like, I feel stronger, and I've seen results when I've been doing this like 3 or 4 times a week. I've seen amazing results from doing it, but I never like damaged myself from doing it. So this is definitely I think my all-time favourite DVD. If you don't want to buy DVDs, there is a bajillion free workout videos on YouTube. Blogilates is my all-time favourite workout YouTube channel. I love doing her videos. I love the fact that they're all bite-sized chunks and I can sort of mix it up to make my own like workout, so I can focus on what areas of my body I want to work out. And yeah, so you don't really need equipment to do her workouts, but sometimes she will use weights, and it's always good to have a yoga mat. So these are the Davina McCall hand weights. These are 2 kilograms, which I'm not sure what that is in pounds. I'm not even gonna look it up, but I do like these. I like the fact that they have like a handle on them, so you can either grab it there, and actually that makes it slightly harder because it's not as stable, or you can grab it like that and you're not gonna drop it or anything like that. So I do like these. I am thinking about getting the slightly heavier ones because I do like to lift quite heavy, because I find that that tones you up quicker and makes your workout harder. It does not bulk you up. Ladies, don't be afraid to lift as heavy as you can without hurting yourself, because that is amazingly perfect for your muscles and tones you up amazingly well, and you won't end up looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger unless you take a ridiculous amount of steroids and eat nothing but protein and broccoli and supplements and no carbs or fat whatsoever. So lift heavy. I am going to get the heavier ones of these, even though I can never get hold of them because they're always sold out. But yeah, I have these ones. And then my yoga mat, I have this one. I got this one off Amazon. This is the Warrior Mat. Yoga Mad it's called. I can't remember what like shop thing I got it off, but yeah, I got it off Amazon for about 20 odd quid I think, because I wanted one that was fairly thick. I found that most of the ones that I got were too thin, and I have fairly like bony areas, and I have like my coccyx is too long, so I find that it can be quite uncomfortable if I'm sat on my tailbone, just very uncomfortable. So I needed something that was very padded, so I have this, and I think it's 20 mg or 20 gm. I can't remember what they like measure it in now, but I know it's fairly thick. I think it was one of the thickest ones I could get, but I like the pattern on it as well. It's like a sunsetty tie-dye pattern, so I really love this. It's my favourite yoga mat, and the grip on it is really good as well, so you don't do like downward dog and then slide and headbutt yourself on the floor. But of course you can always join a gym if you want to. I find sometimes that I sort of flick from always wanting to work out at home to wanting to work out in the gym. It really does depend on if I'm having like a lapse, because sometimes I'll just get a bit bored of my routine, so I find that joining a gym, one of these like no contract ones for like a month, is really helpful, because it sort of gets me back into it and gets me excited about exercise again. So that's sort of what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all my tips I have for health and fitnessy stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a big thumbs up. That would be absolutely amazing and I would love you forever. And remember to subscribe to this channel as well. And I will see you next week for another video. So goodbye.